Okay, I have my Renogy 200 watt portable solar panel system set up to power up my onboard battery to my trailer. It's a 100 amp lead acid battery. My issue with charging my Bluetti, has been that apparently you cannot have the MPPT controller like the Voyager, I forget what other like the Voyager controller on the Renogy panels. You can't have that. You have to have a bare panel, no controller, to hook up to direct charge to the Bluetti EB55, because it has a MPPT controller on board the system, which I didn't know. I had to read that, and I feel like an idiot for not knowing it, but I didn't know it. So you can't have a controller based solar panel to run a charge on the Bluetti if you're going to do direct solar to the Bluetti. So I got to come up with that. That's another expense. But so far, what's working out is my DC port on my trailer is working just fine to charge up the trailer. It gives 100 watts of charge going to the Bluetti, 9,900 watts of charge going to it. I kind of like to get the idea of having that 145 watts of charge time, but that's not going to happen for a while. But I won't worry about it. It appears to be working the way the charge up seems to be working fine. I don't have that much electrical draw, so I don't have a panic mode on getting anything done. It's just nice to know I can get stuff done. Thanks. It's a little after 7 in the morning, and I disconnected my Renogy Voyager controller from the solar panel junction box right up here, right here. At any rate, junction box. And I have the adapter for the Bluetti EB55 hooked to the input, and it's a little at, well, it's 7:20 in the morning, and it's getting 87 watts of power. I was down to around 10% on the charge on the Bluetti. So this is a good test for running this short lead that they give you put to a solar panel. Anyway, this is my Renogy 200 watt panel. It's early morning sun, or fairly early morning sun, out here on the LTVA La Posa North down by Quartzsite, Arizona, and running a charge on my Bluetti EB55 direct from solar. See how that goes. I was having that problem with trying to use that adapter direct to the leads from the charging from the solar controller, and that doesn't work. And I was told that repeatedly by people here on YouTube, and they're right. You have to run a direct panel into the MPPT controller in the Bluetti. See how long it takes to charge that up to 100% this morning. Not a lot of people out. There's still no camp host at the La Posa North office, although it doesn't matter. You can either get your $180 7-month permit at the La Posa West office or down at the South office. Good morning. I'm right at 2 weeks into my 6th season out here on the LTVA La Posa North feels more subdued than it has in past seasons, although maybe I'm just more aware of quiet time than I was in the past. Like I said earlier, the station is not manned on the La Posa North entrance. And while there seem to be quite a few people settling in here on the campground, that bustle is low. It doesn't seem to be as much traffic going back and forth on the little access road. I have my pastimes to do here. One is charging up my Bluetti or however they want to talk about it. After bypassing the controller, I've got the tether onto the Bluetti charge point, and it's working away. Where we're at now, we were running about 80 watts charge. Now we're hitting 112. I changed the angle on the panels to catch the future sun coming up, so it probably affected the wattage. We'll know in a couple of hours what the max charge point or the charge wattage is going to be with this direct solar charge method. I'm not piling any more rocks around anything. That really is a drunkard's pastime. Okay, so here we're at. Second full week. 3.5 hours in, and Bluetti is fully charged with direct solar input from the panel. My Renogy 200 watt portable solar panel. It has these two panels. The one side's tethered into the junction box, and it's kind of cool. I didn't know you could do that until I read up on it. Caution is my rule. So that's a enlightening thing to know about this, although I don't think I'm going to use this method that often. I'm going to stick to charging the lead acid battery on the trailer and using the power point. It gets about 100 watts per hour going on that charge system, which it takes about 5 hours instead of 3.5 to charge up the Bluetti. Okay, so that's enough of that.